Welcome to everyone joining me right here on Zoom on this Thursday, and welcome to all of you joining us wherever you are connecting. We're just a few seconds from getting started. Please find your meditation posture, and you may close your eyes. And turn your attention to the breath, and as you do so, also allow the body to relax and release and let go of any tension, any stress that you may encounter as you do a little body scan from your top of the head to your feet. Always insisting on relaxing the belly and the muscles of the face. And then gently let awareness rest on observing the sensations of the breath touching the inner walls of our nose, coming in and going out. And just stay right there as I bring us into practice. We're chanting Shalom to invite energies of peace and wholeness, harmony to infuse our meditation today and every day. And if you want to chant with me, draw a breath for Shalom. And if you did, chant with me. Allow now the body to recover the natural rhythm of its own breath. As we continue to observe the breath, we also continue to relax and release with every out breath, to let go a little more, to relax a little more. Obviously not to the point of falling asleep, but kind of straddling that line between being completely relaxed and completely alert. And stay right here as I bring the angels to come and meditate with us. Inviting Uriel, whose name means divine light, divine fire, to come and sit in front of us, beaming its light into our minds to bring clarity to our practice, helping us fight torpor, dullness, sleepiness, and kindling for us the fire of curiosity to look more and more deeply into the more subtle experience in our meditation. On our left comes to sit Archangel Gabriel, divine strength, divine courage, the angel of discipline, steadfastness, diligence, keeping us glued to the object of meditation right now, the sensations of the breath coming in and going out of our nose. Steadfastly, diligently glued to those sensations, to observing those sensations. Behind us comes to sit Archangel Raphael. Its name means divine healing presence, the pillar of patience. Patiently telling us to patiently bring ourselves back to the breath every time we get distracted. Patiently. And then on our right comes to sit Michael, Archangel Michael. And Michael means who is like God. Michael is the pillar of Hishtavut, of equanimity, reminding us to not get involved, not react, not get attached to any content appearing within our meditation. Physical content, mental content, emotional content. Never getting involved with any kind of content. And Michael whispers its name in our ear to remind us that it is each of us who is like God. And we can imagine the angel sitting by our side. It's quite nice to visualize the angel sitting by our sides. If you are good at visualizing, and if not, you can just know that the angels are all within ourselves, cheering us on, wanting us to be successful, and speaking with us a kavanah, an intention, that I might recognize awakened awareness now for the greatest good of all. And as always, as I speak this intention, I invite you to connect with your own intention for this session, for this practice. To remind you, if you have a goal in your practice that you're working toward, you can use the remaining time to do your own individual practice now that you are here, and simply ignore my guiding over the next few minutes. And for the rest of us, if we ourselves don't have anything in particular we're working toward, we can just keep the intention that was already spoken, that we might recognize awakened awareness. Not that we might discover, not that we might find, not that we might someday come across awakened awareness, but that we might recognize awakened awareness. The words is there to point to something that is already here. It's already here, yet we can't see it. We can't recognize it. We have confused the content of experience with the subject of experience. We have confused the thoughts and the character the thoughts seem to describe with our true identity, our true self. And so we don't recognize the awakened awareness that is, in fact, doing the seeing, the hearing, the feeling, the sensing, that is aware of the thinking, but is not the thinking, and not the felt, not the sensed, not the seen. So I ask you what? I ask people that to point to that awareness in order for them to recognize its presence. I ask, what is it you're thinking about? It's a common question many people have asked us many times in our life. What are you thinking about? They see us pensively, preoccupied, and they ask us, what are you thinking about? And if we answer the question, there is a movement that happens within us where we turn to look at what it is we were just thinking about, or we are still thinking about. And then we tell the person, I was thinking about this. And this movement of looking at the thoughts, once the question is asked, though we don't pay attention, dropped us into the observer, the awareness that is aware of the thought and not the thought. Because in order to tell the other person what it is that you were thinking about in that moment, you have to look. Something is doing the looking that is not the thought themselves. Something is looking at the thoughts that is not the thought, and then reports back. It's very subtle, but it's right here for each of us to recognize if we can. And that's why in meditation we invite the cultivation of this awareness to look at the thought as they arise, and then to ask ourselves, what is aware? What is doing the looking? What is it that is seeing the thought as it is arising? The thought is the content. The thought is being seen, and therefore not the seer. The mistake that we make as we tell the person who asks us the question, we said, oh, I was thinking. And we insert in that answer a character that doesn't exist. We create a false situation and we imagine some entity we call I responsible for thinking. But in the moment of our looking, there was no one doing the thinking. They were just the thoughts arising and the observer of the thoughts arising. You can do the experiment right now. There is no entity manufacturing thinking. Thoughts just appear. In fact, by the time we become aware of a thought, it's already been thought. There is no mechanism inside of us that can know what thought will appear 10 seconds from now. We can't know what it is the mind will be thinking ahead of the mind thinking it. Just look. This is practice today. Just look. Is there, if you look, is there a thinker? Or are there just thoughts appearing? And we could look at the nature of thinking and recognize patterns, associations, the train of thoughts, how one thought leads to another thought, leads to another thought, a lot by association. It's almost like one thought causes another, that causes another, that causes another. But if we look, we can just look. We can look at every thought, just try to isolate a thought and see, is there a thinker? Or are there just thoughts appearing and disappearing? We could look, where did the thought that you're just looking at, where did it come from? And now where did it go? Even the sense of I is content. When we say I invite you to, in your mind, to say I. When we say I, there is content. There is maybe a sensation. Maybe there is an emotion. There's definitely a thought. But notice, even when you say I, that has these sensations, these emotions, this thought, there's still something observing that. Observing the sensation, observing the emotion, observing the thought. So I invite you to keep working, because the next thought is just about to appear. You have no knowledge of what that thought will be. Just keep observing. See if you can recognize the awakened awareness that is aware of the thought, behind the thought, that which is seeing the thought. It has no name, no story. It is not a thing. It can be seen because it is doing the seeing. But it is maybe a felt sense of being. So play with the thoughts in the remaining silence. See if you can recognize awakened awareness right here. And gently we let go. Gently we let go of our practice, of our observing. We can take a couple deeper breaths to help us transition out of our meditation. We can let the body stretch if it needs to do so. Wiggle our fingers and our toes. Always in awe to discover time and time and time and time again, forever, how much I am not in control of the mind thinking. It is absolutely fascinating. I hope maybe you got a little bit of an insight this way. We'll close with our Shalom chant today, praying that all beings might know Shalom in their hearts, in their minds, in their world. Modiani, thank you.
Moda Ani, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, Danny, thank you. I can always color my hair and drink at home.
Good. All right. See you tomorrow.